Hello everyone, welcome to Online Study for You. In today's video, we will be discussing the pseudocode questions of today's Infosys exam. In the first, that came in the first slot, that was at 10 a.m. So let's get started with our first problem. What is the output of the following pseudocode when str variable is hello? Okay, my str variable here is hello. Okay, size of the string is 5, and if I do the indexing, then it is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fine. Str out is null. Okay, so there is an output variable which is initialized with nothing, null initially. So I am iterating over the entire array. Str of str.length will give me 5. Char ch is equal to char at I. Okay, so I'm iterating over the entire string. So first it will give str dot char at 0. This will give me h. Now if I'm checking if ch is equal to a or ch, okay, it will be small. Ch is equal to a. Okay, so I'm checking if my character is a vowel or not. Okay, so h is not a vowel, so it will come to else, and out will be is equal to out plus ch. So now my out will contain h. Fine. Then I will get I plus plus, and then it will go str dot char at 1. Fine. It is a string. Okay. So str dot char at 1, that will give me small e. Okay. So now my small e is a vowel. So it will come inside if. So I'm saying out is equal to h plus 3. This is not a valid statement because concatenation can only occur between two strings. So this is not a valid statement. So it will give me an error. So here option A is correct. I hope you understood it. This operation is invalid because this is an integer and this is a string. This cannot happen. So it will give me an error. So let's move on to the next question now. So in this question, what will be the result displayed? And we have been given a note. ASCII of A is 97, of B is 98, and so on. Okay. There are 3 variables I, J, and C is initially 0. Fine. Then we have 2 strings, S1, which is initially null, and S, which is A, B, D, S, X. Okay. The length of S is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And the index are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well and good. Then int s is equal to s dot length. So basically n stores 5. Then I am iterating towards the length 0 to n minus 1, in fact, because it is less than. And if I mod 2 is not equal to 0, whenever my index is odd, what I do, I take out the character, and then I concatenate it with to the string s1. Okay, fine. This is happening only when the index is odd. So basically in this case and in this case. And then what I do is I do c is equal to c plus ASCII of ch. Okay. In C, I add the ASCII of the character which is at odd position. And then I simply do c is equal to c mod s1 dot length. Okay, fine. Let's first do this loop. So in this loop, what only is happening is when we come inside the if, there are these 2 operations, and when we will come inside this if, only when the index is odd. So in case of B and S, what is the ASCII of B? It is 98. And what is the ASCII of S? It is 115. Because if A is 97, B is 98, C will be 99, D will be 100, and so on. If we'll compute like this, S will come to as 115. Fine. So what we do at every odd position, we concatenate it with string S1. So in S1, we will add first B, and after that we will add S. So BS. And at every corresponding, we are adding the characters ASCII value. For B, it will be 0 plus. For B, it will be 98, and for S, it will be 115. Okay, 98 plus 11585 is 13. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 213. So my C stores 213. And when we come outside the loop, we check C mod S1 dot length. So 213. What is in S1? In S1, it is BS. S1 dot length is 2. So C mod 213 mod 2. So since it is odd, it will give me 1. So D is my correct option. Let's move on to the next question now. Okay, which of the following is true about the following pseudocode? So this question was based on time complexity. So as I discussed in the video that was uploaded last night, that Infosys is nowadays asking a lot on time complexity. So it was very much expected in this in the test. So I'll request you to watch the videos that has been uploaded before, because they are asking a lot about time complexity nowadays. So you cannot skip this part. So okay, moving on to the to this question, which of the following is true about the pseudocode? Okay, I have an n variable n which contains the size of the array. Okay, it simply stores the size of the array. Fine. Then I have a sort function int arr and int n. Okay, the array is passed and the size of the array is passed. And then I use sort array arr plus n. Those of you know that this function uses merge sort. This function uses merge sort, and the time complexity for merge sort is n log n. Okay, so basically what happens in this function, first the array is sorted using this function sort array, which takes the complexity n log n. Fine. So n log n is taken here, time is taken here. Then I have I, j, and it prints all the sorted values. So this loop will run I less than j. J is n minus 1. So this loop will run from 0 to n minus 1. So, and it will print the sorted values. So there are n iterations. So time taken will be n here, n log n plus n. And this will be 1 unit operation again, 1 unit operation. So the entire time complexity will be n log n plus some constant unit operations. So this is the total time complexity. So as I've discussed before, we always take the highest order term. So this is the highest order term. So this is the entire time complexity of this code. So C is the correct option for this. So basically in this, what we need to know that the sort function uses merge sort technique. And even if you don't know merge sort, we always know that sorting cannot be done in O of n or O of log n or O of 1 also. Sorting will require n log n. This is never possible, this is not possible, this is not possible as well. So by logic also we can say if there is a sorting algorithm, so it will require at least n log n. So yeah, this was the question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4 now. This question was on stack. You are using the following pseudocode to sort an array using stacks. Okay, so what we did, we pushed the array elements into the stack. Okay, there is a stack temp. Okay, this is the stack temp. We sort the, I mean, let's assume this is the temp one. Okay, so by using some algorithm or so, we sorted the stack temp. Okay, there were some numbers here, and we sorted it using some algorithm. Then I am looping from 0 to n. Okay, that is the size of the array. And I am now, I'm putting it back into the array, right? Array first, these are the numbers, let's assume. So this is st.top. Okay, and let's say this array is sorted. So it will come to first position. And then what I have to do, I'll have to erase it. Okay, if this is my temp array, I have to erase it so that it comes on the top. And now at this position, this value goes, right? After that, I will erase it again. And now this value will be at the top, and I'll again do st.top. And now this value will be here. So what will be present here? What should be in place of x, x, x? How can we pop the element? How can we delete this element? Temp dot pop. I'll repeat it again. There is an unsorted array. What we did, we put it into the stack. Okay, we put it into the stack. Now I have the elements here. Okay, and now I want to put it back into the array in the sorting order. So first I iterated through 0 to n, because let's say if the size of the array is n, so there will be n elements in this stack. Okay, we sorted it using some algorithm. We are not talking about how to sort it. Okay, so how can we access this element? We can access this element by saying temp dot top. And what we did, I'm saying ARR of I is equal to temp dot pop, and I is, let's say, initially 0. Okay, I is initially 0. So at ARR of 0, I said temp dot top. Okay, and then I incremented I to 1. And now if I have to do something at this place, so that next time 2 is here, so what I'll do, I'll just remove this from here so that now 2 is on top. And now if I'll do temp dot top, ARR of I is equal to temp dot top, so here 2 will be present. 2 will come here. For that, I will have to pop this element from it. So how can I pop it? By using temp dot pop. So A is my correct option. So this was pretty much simple. We are seeing that now Infosys is a lot more focusing on time complexity and sorting, searching algorithms and basic of stacks and so like you should be well prepared for these types of questions in the tests. So okay, let's move on to the next question now. In this question also, we have to give the output of the following pseudocode. This code looks a bit overwhelming, but it is not. We'll see how. So there are two variables I, j, and then I have some variable which is initialized to 0, and then I have an array which is 2, 5, 7, 4. Let's keep the indexing 0, 1, 2, and 3. Fine. Now I have an outer loop that runs from 3 to 1. Okay, because it is greater than 0, so it will run from 3 to 1. So for I value 3, it will run, I value 2, it will run, and I value 1, it will run. And then I have an inner loop that runs from 0 to 3 for every iteration of I. So for I is equal to 3, it will first run from 0 to 3. Then I is equal to 2, it will run from 0 to 2. And then for I is equal to 1, sorry, 0 to 3. And then for I is equal to 1 also, it will run from 0 to 3. Okay, so we will do this an inner loop. The computation part is more in the inner loop for 0 to 3. And what is the computation part? If array of I mod 2 is not equal to 0. So basically, if array of I is odd, then do this. If it is even, then do this. Fine. And once we come out of the loop, we have to print the value of sum, that is array of 0 and array of 2. Fine. Let's compute this. When I is equal to 3, what is the value of array of 3? Array of 3 is 4. Array of 3 is 4 now, right? So this is my first iteration when I is 3. For j is equal to 0, I'll check if array of I, that is if 4 is odd or not. It is not, it is even. So I have to do array of j is equal to array of j into 2. Basically, I have to double the value. So array of 0 is equal to array of 0 into 2. It will become 4. Next iteration of j, when j will become 1. This is when j is equal to 0. Now my j will become 1. It will again check if array of I is even or odd. Array of I is even or odd. Array of I is constant, right? It is 4. So it will again go into the else and it will double it 10. Then j will get incremented to 2. And now it will again check if array of I mod 2 is odd or even. It was constant, so it is even again. So it will just double it. And now it will again check if array of I is even or odd. It is even. So it will again just double it. After doubling it, my I will get reduced from 3 to 2. Now next iteration, I is equal to 2. Now array of 2 is, first it was 7, but now it is 14. It is 14 now. So again, for I is equal to 2, my loop will run from j is equal to 0 to j is equal to 3. That is for every iteration. And it will again check if array of 2 is even or not for every case. And if it is even, it will double the value. And if it is odd, in that case, what it does, it simply reduces the value. I mean, it puts at j ai by 2. I mean, if it will be odd, then at that position, it will be array of 2 by array of I by 2. That is 14 by 2. That is 7. So for j is equal to 0, it will check if array of I mod 2 is even or odd. What is array of I? It is 14. 14 mod 2 is even. So it will double the value 8. It will again check in the next iteration j is equal to 1. If array of I mod 2 is even or odd, it is still even. So it will again double the value. It will again check if array of I mod 2 is even or odd. It is even. So it will again double the value 28. Now array of j is now for j is equal to 3, it will again check if array of 2 is even or odd. But now array of 2 is not 14, it is 28, right? Because in the previous iteration it was updated. So but it is still even, so it will again just update the value to 16. Fine. Now the last iteration, I is equal to 1. And for that, ARR of I is ARR of 1. That is 20. It is even again. So for j is equal to 0, since it is even, it will go to 16. Then j will be equal to 1. It will check if it is even. Yes, it is even. So it will be 40. Then j will go to 2. It will check if ARR of 1, which has been become 40 now, it is even or odd. It is still even. So it will go to 56. And then at j is equal to 3, it will again check if this is even or odd. This is even. So for even, always else part is executed. So it will become 16. And now the loop terminates because this condition is not following now. Because after I is equal to 1, I will be 0 and this will terminate. Now I have to print the value of sum is equal to sum plus array of 0 plus array of 2. So array of 0. I don't know why k is there. It is not used in the question. Anyway, sum is equal to 0 plus AR of, what is AR of 0? That is 16. What is AR of 2? It is 56. So that makes up to 72. I have to print the value of sum. So B is my correct option. Looks a bit tricky, but the calculation is pretty much simple. At every iteration, you have to check if the highest position value is even or odd, or either you have to just increment it by multiple of 2 or decrement it by a factor of 2. You have to replace the value of j by ai divided by 2. We'll look at one more question. One last question that I got in today's paper. Okay, so in this question, there is a reason why I took this question, because there was a similar question that I took before, and I'll tell you why. In str, let's first see this. Str is water, right? WATER. The size of this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have out, which is null initially, and now str.length, which is 5. So now I'm iterating towards the entire length of the string 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm checking if the index I mod 2 is even. If it is even, what are the even indexes? 2, 0, and R. If they are even, I'm saying out is equal to out plus char at I. So basically I'm just concatenating it here. First it will concatenate W, then it will concatenate T, then it will concatenate R, right? only, and this concatenation is happening only when it is even. So only WTR will be added in out, right? And then the loop ends. There will be no operation when index I is odd. We see here that again there is an integer which is added to the string. WTR is a string, right? It is added with an integer. So in C++, it will give you error. Certainly it will give you error. But in Java, it will not give you error. It will not 3, n is 5. N is 5. N is 5. So WTR 5, because there is an option, there is no error. Error is not an option here. So the best possible case in this scenario is WTR5. WTR5, that is A. So it is a bit ambiguous from Infosys that they have, you know, given two types of where in one question it the possible answer is error as well, but in the last, right here there is no option. But it totally depends on, it is language specific. But because it is using str.char, I am assuming they are giving the code in Java because this is used in Java. But there must be an explanation because we are talking about the pseudocode, right? So there must be an explanation about it. So in the best case scenario, the best case scenario is WTR5 here. And here the best case scenario is error according to me. So because this is not a valid, this is not a valid operation in C++. Here also they have used caret I. So if it is a vowel, so you can go for, at every place of vowel they have used 3, right? So for H, E is a vowel, then 3. L is not a vowel, L is not a vowel, then O is a vowel, then 3. So this seems a possible answer too when it comes to Java. So this is a bit ambiguous. They should clarify about it. Okay. So that was all for this video. I hope you like our content. You can like, share, and subscribe to follow our content. And you can also share this video to those who are preparing for competitive exams like these. Thank you and all the best for the results.